Yo, what's happening? Houston, this is the place to be, and I am DMC in the place to be with my man Brad Gilmore and the one and only, the champ, the man Booker T. So let's get it poppin'.
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the six-time World Heavyweight Champion, two-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh, yeah. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world champ, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, man. Coming to you from ESPN 975-9025, as well as Podcast Heat. Oh, yeah. Got to give everybody their props here inside the Hall of Fame. How you feel, man? How you feel?
I'm feeling good, Book. I'm feeling good. You know, we're a couple of days away from, what is it? The weekend. And I'm coming off a good, I'm like, something's coming up. Oh, yeah, just Saturday. Saturday's great, though. I'm looking forward to Saturday. How was your Valentine's? Did you and the missus do anything?
You know, man, I'm still, trying to get myself up back 100%. So I just been laying around. She definitely, yeah, there you go again. She always treat me on Valentine's Day. It's one of those type of deals. But we treat each other year round. We ain't the type, Charmel and I, we're not the type to just wait on holidays to try to, love each other all the time. That's why we've been just celebrated our 19th wedding anniversary. So man, you gotta be, good. And when I say good, I mean good all the time. You feel me?
So that was a good way of saying you didn't do anything. I'm just playing. I feel that. You know what I mean? I feel that. But, Valentine's is one of those things that it kind of creeps up on you, too. You're like, wait a minute. It's what? What?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
February 14th is a day that I always literally try to forget. You know what I mean? Because, no, I'm serious. I've always tried to forget that day because that was the day I got arrested. It's the day, my world came crumbling down. Back in 1987.
Well, that makes sense.
So that's what that date represents to me more than anything. I mean, I try not to think that way. Yeah. But it triggers. It's a trigger.
Sure.
So I try not to think about it.
Well, it was on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I can understand why that's probably not your favorite time of the year. I get it. You're talking about you're on the mend, and that's what people ask me now every time I'm talking to somebody shoots me a message. Hey, is Book okay? Book doing okay? I saw an article posted today. What happened to Booker T? That was the name of the article. And they're like trying to investigate what happened.
They wanted to, Joe Biden me.
They wanted now here's the thing. I've actually seen the results of Booker's cognitive test. Exactly what you think. I'll just let y'all.
Oh man, I'm good. Like I said, I try not to disclose, what I'm going through. Sometimes, they pick it up, and like when I was in the hospital and I had the tricep deal, and it was all over, and then I go back. Like if you pull up Booker T, and if you scroll down far enough, you see Booker T in the hospital, and I'm like, I don't want people to know when I'm, going through stuff like that. I don't want to worry nobody out there. For people to think, they really need to worry about me. And I tell you, when my time comes, I'm going to let you know. Look, hey, guys, I'm going to be around here for a minute. Y'all better get your last few autographs because it's going to be all over with. I'm serious, you know what I mean? But if it's not anything serious, I'm not going to try to worry anybody out there that will be worried about me because I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support as far as people telling me they can't wait for me to get back to the table because I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to get back, man. A lot of action been going down. We got new tag team champions in NXT, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. What a match, man. What a match those guys went out there and displayed on Tuesday night. So my thing is, man, I appreciate all you guys, man. Love you guys, man. Serious. I can't wait to get back.
I know I did hear. I saw the NXT show about the other night, and of course I know they were taping a couple things, and there was some news. Unfortunately, came out that Shotzi was injured during the taping.
Yeah. I got the call on that right there, and I heard it was really, really a hard one, a tough one too, and she was in a lot of pain. Hopefully, she can tough it up and get back, because she has become such a cool character.
Love her.
It's such a player, and just her just the feel that comes off of her when she's doing her promo. She's so confident, and I've been around her for a long time. Got a chance to work with her on Tough Enough, right. So to see her, in this position, and then boom, go down like that. It's just hard, man. Just hard, and just talking about this just a few weeks back, as far as a lot of ladies going down, getting hurt, knee injuries, whatnot, man. But it's just the cost of being in the business.
Yeah, but it always, it definitely sucks that it was during a match, and it was going to be for TV, the title on the line, like all those things. And you're right.
Versus Lara Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah. And so it's a big spot, and like I agree with you. Like Shotzi, to me. And sometimes she gets flack on the internet, and I don't really understand why. People tend to they want to flock to her, Twitter, and try to come after her for some reason, because I don't get it, because I think she's got one of the coolest characters. She's got a memorable entrance. She's got a memorable look. As soon as you see her, you know exactly who it is. It's not like, oh, is that or is that? No, that's Shotzi. You know exactly who it is. The hair, the look, the tank. Come on, man. The promos.
Yeah.
All's well in the world of Shotzi. So I mean, I don't know why people sometimes come after her, but I hated to hear that. You hate when any of the boys or girls go down with anything, especially in the middle of a match. And I know she was going to be on SmackDown this week, and that plans changed for that. There is a match coming up on SmackDown that I'm really excited about. Your girl Tiffany Stratton and Zelina Vega are going at it, and I believe an Elimination Chamber qualifier match on SmackDown. It's looking like it could be Tiffy time. I'm a fan of Zelina as well, but looking like Tiffy time.
Yeah, I like everything about Zelina Vega, but I'm not betting on her. Not in that match.
Yeah.
Nah, man, because Tiffany is she's on the come up, man. She's really, really good, and she can handle that position. She really can handle that position. She's been ready for that position, I think, for quite some time. But she's been very, very patient in her approach as far as jumping to the main roster. She's been trying to soak up every little bit of knowledge she possibly can before making that switch. So for her, I really think having a match like that, for those stakes, will definitely put her right in the game immediately. Heck yeah, man, I'm all in with that one. And I'm all about Tiffany Stratton, man. I'm all about Tiffany. She's good.
No, she great. Great at what she does. I wanted to ask you about that. Shout out to Carolina Teague, who's in the chat. I wanted to ask you about Tiffany, because I know she was a part of a contingent of people who definitely leaned on you a lot in NXT, and you would talk about how she would come to you. You said it on the show. She'd come to you and ask for advice sometimes and sit under the learning tree, and you were trying to take her to the nebula, as you would always say. When an NXT talent gets called up to the main roster, do you still extend that tutelage to them? Like your phone's open, like call me if you need me kind of thing?
I mean, if they need me, but that's almost like, seeing your kid leave the nest. You're on your own now, kid. You're just tired because they're going to be so busy. They're going to be running. That's why, like I said, I get so much joy out of working with the guys at NXT, because I see them every week. We're in the same spot. They got the training facility right next door. If we need to work on anything, we can watch film. But when you're at the main roster, when I go to work, and do, like the kickoff show, and those guys are running, man. They're all over the place. They're working. And then they're getting ready for the next show, the next town, or the next tour. Or the next TV, so for me, it's so hard to talk to those guys once they make it to the main roster. So for me, working with them at that level, at the PC, man, it's so gratifying. To not work with Tiffany Stratton on one move but still be able to work with Tiffany Stratton and give her that little bit of knowledge that she needs to really accent certain little bitty things, man, has been so friggin' awesome. And to watch her bring it into play and do it right there in front of my very eyes, and I go, okay, now she's getting it. She's got it. That's all I needed. It's just those little bitty tweaks working with these guys. So for me, I'm loving it. Trick, Mello, heck yeah, man. Brooks Jensen, all of them, Briggs, all of those guys. I'm always trying to give them a little bit of something, man. A little bit of something, So, hey, man, I'm living my best life right now.
Well, you know what? There's also other things coming up that I wanted to get you to talk about. There's a few announcements that came out today about some talent that we're going to see at Reality Wrestling's The Last Stand. There were some other social posts that went out about perhaps some talent returning. I see a super chat about that already, and I know we're coming up here on a break, BT, but I just want to let everyone know The Last Stand, it's coming up. You better get the tickets, man. The Last Stand Rumble, 30 men.
Tickets going hot, guys.
Woo!
We're gonna cap it at 600. Okay, that's what we capping the cut up. The fire marshal said, if you can get 600 in there, it's cool. But also understand that I'm off on Sunday as well, so I won't be around anywhere. So we might can get more in. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Booker T, 6-time world champion, 2-time Hall of Famer, and I'm here with my main man, Brad Gilmore, on the Hall of Fame podcast. And today we're talking about something that's been a game changer for us, and that's HelloFresh.
That's right, Booker. Whether you're looking to save money, eat better, or stress less in the new year, HelloFresh has got you covered. We're talking about farm-fresh ingredients, chef-crafted recipes, and the best part, it's all delivered right to your doorstep.
Brad, I used to stress about meal planning, especially with my busy schedule. But with HelloFresh, man, I'm whipping up quick, tasty meals in no time. And my favorite has got to be their 15-minute recipes. Man, who knew I could cook a gourmet meal that fast?
Absolutely, Book. But let's talk about variety. HelloFresh has over 45 dinner options each week. So that's right, there's going to be no more recipe boredom. Plus, they've got calorie smart and protein smart options, perfect for keeping those New Year's resolutions in check.
And Brad, as a family man, I'm sitting down for dinner with my crew, and it's important. HelloFresh, quick and easy meals have made that reality. Even on the busiest nights, it's just convenient. It's bringing the family together.
And don't forget, breakfast fans, HelloFresh is hooking you up, the listeners of the Hall of Fame podcast, with free breakfast for life. That's right, a free breakfast item with every delivery. Now, that's a sweet deal to wake up to.
Y'all heard it here first. Go to HelloFresh.com/BookerFree and use the code, man, BookerFree, to get your free breakfast for life. Remember, one breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. Oh, yeah, man.
That's HelloFresh.com/BookerFree with the code BookerFree. Don't miss out on America's #1 meal kit.
Join us in making cooking fun, easy, and absolutely delicioso. It's HelloFresh. You got it. Oh, yeah. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Hey, man, as we were talking, there's not a whole lot of news out there in the world of professional wrestling, but we got a lot of news breaking around Reality Wrestling because, like I said, we got a big show coming up on March the 9th. It's going to be the Last Stand Rumble presented by Reality Wrestling. So, guys, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shot. You want to get your tickets. You want to get your tickets right now. We still got a few of them left. I mean, front row, second row, third row, fourth row. All that's gone. All that's gone. We got some riser seats. That's it. And we're about to up the price on them if you don't get them quick enough.
Yep.
So you better do it. You better do it quick. Go to realitywrestling.com. Do it now and pick your seat. So I'm looking forward to it. What you want to start, man?
There's a couple things that I wanted to do. I'm trying to find the exact post here on my phone, but I'm having trouble doing it. But we do have some super chats, and there's one that I feel like we should talk about. If we're talking about The Last Stand, we should first talk about the big announcements. We now know 3, I think, officially men who are going to be in the last stand. We saw Clay Roberts on Reality Wrestling Television declare his return in there, but also now 2 names from outside the Raw roster. One man very familiar with the people in Texas City in the reality wrestling, someone we haven't seen in a couple years, has now entered the last stand Rumble. That is the Boogeyman.
Yeah,
Talk about Boogie.
Yeah, man, the Boogeyman. I don't know how he got in. I mean, this guy has no driver's license, all right, no birth certificate.
We have no idea how old he is.
I don't know who booked him, but he will be in the last stand Rumble. I don't know what number he's going to be coming out or anything like that.
That's random.
Yeah, so guys, come out and definitely be a part of the Boogeyman experience. If you haven't been a part of the Boogeyman experience just one time in your life, this may be the one and only chance you're ever gonna get a chance to do.
Could be. You never know.
To do it at Reality Wrestling. So guys, come out and check him out.
Now, not only did the great Boogeyman, who's coming to get everybody at Reality Wrestling, not only is he going to be in the last stand Rumble, the announcement was made on social media just minutes before we went live that a former WWE superstar, man who won a few championships in the WWE, a man who actually won the inaugural season of a competition series known as Tough Enough, a man who fared well, sort of, in Royal Rumbles back in the day, at least had a memorable moment. He's now a YouTube celebrity. He's been on this very show as a guest co-host. Maven is making his Reality of Wrestling debut.
You know, Maven, man, I had been talking to Maven, of course, you know, like I say, you know, co-host the show. And I did some stuff with him, you know, for his show as well. And Maven was talking about being he was talking about being in the Royal Rumble. He wanted that spot, man. And he didn't get the phone call. He didn't get the invitation. You know, we all of us, you know, retired, you know, superstars. Well, every time around that time of the year, you know, we're looking at our phones, you know, waiting on the text, waiting on the even a tweet, email, something. And sometimes they come through. Most times they don't. For Maven, it didn't come through. But I knew we had the last stand Rumble, and I called Maven and I said, Maven, you know, would you do us the honors of being in this year's last stand Rumble? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't get a word out before Maven said I'm in. You know, that's what type of dude Maven is, and that's how close we are. We're friends, man. We're really tight. And I want to give Maven a chance. I want to give Maven a chance to go out there and win the big one just one time. So we'll see how this thing play out for him. I just got him in the Rumble. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have anything to do with what happens once he get in there, because it's going to be a whole lot of mayhem. There's going to be a whole lot of destruction going on. So Maven, you better be ready, son. I hope you're doing some. I know Maven stopped working out in the gym, but I hope you're still doing some push-ups or some DDP yoga or something, because it's going to be a rough night.
It's going to be rough, man. It's the last stand Rumble. Maven is in it. The Boogeyman is in it. More stars to announce, and of course, you don't know. There could be surprises.
30 men, guys. 30 men in this Rumble. We got 30 men that's going to be in this last stand Rumble, and it's all going to come down to 30 men enter, one man leave.
We know now there's some rumors on the internets of who could potentially be in that last stand Rumble. And John JID999 not only just became a YouTube channel member, we appreciate you, John.
You don't mess with my little privates, man.
Damn, that is, baby.
Thank you for becoming a little private. But also, he had a super chat. And John said, Gladzilla is back. Let's go. Aside from that, going forward, how is WWE going to shoot video packages about legends and tell accurate stories without a Vince presence? As far as the second part of that goes, I think that WWE's been doing a lot of documentaries without talent necessarily doing. Back in the day when they were doing DVDs, I'm sure you remember this. Y'all used to always sit down. There's probably like a backdrop behind you, and they would ask you a bunch of questions. and you would answer them. They don't really produce documentaries like that anymore. WWE doesn't. They're always like following the talent for an extended period of time. If you saw,
it's a lot of sit downs as well.
I don't feel like it's the same like it used to be.
It may not be, but it's a lot of sit downs involved in just about all of those videos. It's a lot of following around. It's a lot of following around as well, but just like you go to the Cody, the one they did on Cody, there's a lot of sitting down. There's a lot of Cody.
It's a lot of Cody talking, and then like a couple people, like Triple H was on there. That may have been it. I don't remember. I got to go back and watch. But I'm saying, look, they'll tell the story.
To answer the question, I think to answer the question, I think the job is going to get done whether Vince McMahon is there or not. That's just the way it is. That's just the way this business works. We got a saying, just one person don't stop no show. I'm gonna say it like that.
Okay.
One person is not going to stop the show. It's just the way it is.
It's always been.
That's just the way it's always been. But as far as Zilla, man,
talk about that, because this caught a lot of us by surprise. I opened my X account and I see a tweet from Zilla Fatu. Yeah. I follow Zilla. Zilla followed me. I see the tweet. Man. And he said he's back.
He's back. I mean, thing is, when Zilla, was working with me, and then he left Reality Wrestling. It's almost like sometimes, with young people these days, you got to let them see what things is like on their own. You got to let them go out there and fly their wings, and then they see how it is. And for me, I'm like a dad. You always got your room over here, son.
I left it just like you had it.
I left it just like when you left. You know what I mean? So, but you see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And most of the times, that's the way I do things. I'm like a dad at Reality of Wrestling. I'm like a mentor. I'm like a leader. I'm a general. I'm everything in one. But I'm not one to say I'm never going to say never or anything like that. I'm always going to be forgiving, especially when I'm working with somebody young, especially when I'm working with somebody that has gone through it like I did. Mm-hmm. He lost his dad early, man. I lost my dad when I was 10 months old. I lost my mom, when I was 14. So I know what it's like to be rebellious. You know what I mean? But I need that out of Zilla. I need that. It's almost like, two alphas meeting and we know what we got to do at the end of the day, and now it's time to go out there and, take the world by storm, show the world what Zilla Fatu can really be. Go out there and make Umaga proud as he ever can be. Make his mom even more happy, and get her that big house that she deserved. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And not only do I want that for Zilla, I want that for all my students. All of my, my guys under me. I'm gonna be guiding them to that direction. And that direction is, hopefully one day you can do the same thing that I did, take this world by storm and go around the world and see it, and at somebody else's expense, but understand what it's about at the same time, because it goes boom, quick, and it can even go even quicker, if you step on one of those landmines. So for me, with Zilla, it's about obstacles, how we figure out a way over, around, under. Sometimes we got to go straight through those obstacles. But right now it's time to go to work. Reality of Wrestling 2024 is going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, cooking with the meat just dripping all off the bone, because it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. But I know we got to take a break. We got to take one of those things. We got to pay some bills. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. And it's Booker T's 6-time world champion, my man Brad Gilmore from Manscaped. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here. And let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies included in this bundle, guys. Brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose and hair trimmer, and essentials aftercare products like the Crop Soother, the Ball Aftershave Lotion, and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Oh, yes.
That's right, Book. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. And did I mention? It's waterproof, too. Manscaped, they did us a favor, Book. All the listeners of the Hall of Fame, and they threw in 2 free gifts. The Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest.
Yeah, and start the new year off right, because when you look good, you feel good. Manscaped help you sculpt the best version of yourself for the year ahead. New year and new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped got your grooming resolutions covered. Guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code Booker. Happy New Year to your balls. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, I said we got a lot of super chats out there. Everybody want to talk about something. So, hey, man, we thank you guys, man. We thank you super chatters out there. We thank everybody in the chat because you're getting your champagne wishes, man. You're getting your caviar dreams, man, right here inside the Hall of Fame. And I can't wait till we do our next raffle, guys. Remember,
man.
All you super chatters, man, we thinking about you guys. We're going to be doing another big raffle coming up here very, very soon for somebody to win a trip to Reality of Wrestling and get a chance to see how we run day-to-day operations and check out one of the big shows at the same time and have some fun at Reality of Wrestling. Become a Reality of Wrestling VIP. Oh, yeah.
Well, and the other great thing is, I mean, there's so much going on right now with the road, but the other thing, I mean, there's other things that we can't like even begin to talk about, but then there's other things that we can tease that are coming up. There's going to be a really fun announcement coming either maybe tomorrow, Monday at the latest.
Whoa. It's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right?
Okay, I'm just saying.
Big news coming out tomorrow, guys. You just be on the lookout. And the thing is, every one of you guys could be involved with this. Everybody can be a part of this. That's what's so cool about it. So just stay tuned, man. I'm so excited. 2024 is going to be such an awesome year.
Absolutely, man. And if you want to know what that row experience, like that VIP experience, just ask our man Callie Toenail. Callie was on the show. And you heard it from Callie. You know what I mean? We got to get more content from Callie. Yeah, Callie should do a Reality of Wrestling review every week on the channel.
You know what, man? Let's get him on the case.
Yo, Callie, hit me up, man. Let's talk. That's a great idea. Let's do some stuff together. Because Callie's a part of this stuff, man.
He's a loyal and a faithful Reality of Wrestling. Seriously.
Yeah, he's one of the best, man. So we can't say everything that we got coming up. But yes, the one that is coming out tomorrow, now that we know officially, is something that everybody's going to get to be involved. I think I might be involved in. I might throw my name in the hat. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you better be ready.
You know what I mean? Clanging and banging, man.
Hey, man. You better be ready. I would enter myself, but I wouldn't win.
So y'all will hear about it. Y'all will hear about the opportunity coming up very, very soon. But yeah, again, last stand, because the tickets that are on sale right now, there's only like a handful left. So you might want to buy those up before.
It really is, guys. RealityWrestling.com. You can pick your seat. After all the seats go from that perspective, we will put more out. We do plan on selling this thing out a couple of times. So hopefully you won't have to be worried. But guys, if you really want a good seat where you could actually pick it, you better do it. You better do it right now.
Yeah, man. All right, you want to get to some of these super chats?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
This is from
Super Chat.
DJ1491. King Booker got to come back for the Boogeyman. Will we see the King at the Last Stand Rumble?
You know what? You might see King Booker and the Boogeyman doing an autograph signing together, or something like that. We had our run, man. We had a hell of a run. I had a hell of a time with the Boogeyman at WrestleMania. And, a lot of people, really don't understand, wrestling. That perhaps wouldn't understand me in a match like that with Boogeyman. at WrestleMania and it being a highlight in my career. You know, it's a highlight in my career, man, because it's a highlight in his career. You know what I mean? I swear, man, it was such a moment for my main man, Marty Wright, the boogeyman. And I swear, man, him and I, we have such a bond today. He's literally, man, like a brother. I talk to him on a regular basis. I talk to that dude since, you know, that run in WWE at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, you know, sometimes 5 times. Seriously, it's crazy the connection him and I have. I remember when he was on Tough Enough, and my wife and I, we was sitting and we was watching it, and Boogeyman, they got to the point they was getting ready to kick him off because they knew he was a little bit older, and Boogeyman said, you know, I'm 30, you know, and he was actually 40. And he said, I'm 30, you know, and then I looked at Charmel, I go, he lied. I can tell you that right now. I even had a couple other words I added to it. And him and I, we laugh and we talk about that every time we talk on the phone, every time him and I see each other. I'll just talk. We're crying. We're both crying because we're laughing about something. And I swear, man, that was such a moment in my career working with the Boogeyman at WrestleMania. It really was. It was a highlight.
I remember that match. I remember the angle vividly. And you know what? The mystique of the Boogeyman, I think I first met Boogie in 2012 or 2013-ish. And the mystique of the Boogeyman was still around when I first met him because I was like, oh, I don't know. Is this going to be a nice dude? I don't know who this guy is. You know, and the Boogeyman is frightening. You know, Marty, who's a different person, is a really awesome individual. One of the top 10 guys you'll ever want to meet, you know, in your life. Marty's an incredible human being. And you can see the Boogeyman at the Last Stand Rumble.
Oh.
This comes from David R. This topic that we already talked about last show. Booker T, did you fire a female for being stalked?
You know, I'm not going to even comment on that. You know, I'm sorry. I appreciate your super chat, but I'm not even commenting on that anymore. Just because, you know, you've seen it in the news. You guys judge for yourself. Judge for yourself what kind of person I am, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Seriously.
And you can go watch the last show if you want more details. The next one here comes from Arabian Night 2000. Says, is there a curse with NXT women and knee injuries? 5 to 6 ACL injuries in 2 years. Also, I'm a huge Jacob Fatu fan and would love for him to be in the WWE. It does seem weird, but I think that I don't want to start saying there's a curse out there because then, you know, I don't know, sometimes things become self-fulfilling. If people start saying that out there, stuff might start happening. I don't like even the.
No, it's not a. You know what? I'm not going to. It's not a curse.
No,
I'm not going to say it's not. It's not a curse. But what I will say, and it might be some. It might be something to this as far as. I do think, like for instance, you know, like the kids coming from the colleges, you know, that a lot of girls are gymnasts, and. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference doing that in a wrestling match when it's a lot of moving parts, and you're doing it with someone else opposed to, you know, just going out there trying to get a score or a number or something like that. It's a lot different, and I think the mat bouncing up and down when you're running, especially when you're turning flips. One of my biggest injuries. It happened to me once, and I said, I'm never going to let that happen ever again. It was getting a hyperextended knee. It was the worst thing, and it hurt so bad because it's like your bone just don't supposed to go that way. It just it's an excruciating pain. It's the most nagging feeling, and you can feel the bone literally in the joint, you know, dislocate, and so. I swear I said I'm never doing that ever again. I never did that ever again in my career. It took me that one time, that one feeling to know, make sure I bend a certain way. But that bend, that hyperextension for me, it could have been a break. It could have been a a knee surgery. So I think that's what it is more than anything. I really do. I think that's the problem with that. But as far as Jacob Fatu, man, you know what? Jacob Fatu is a guy that I really think if he was in the WWE, he would make a huge impact. I think he'd make a huge impact anywhere he went in the world. The one thing I think Jacob Fatu needs more than anything is a chance, an opportunity. And hopefully Jacob will get that chance and that opportunity to go out there and show the world how good he really is.
Jacob's the man. I mean, I've gotten to see this guy wrestle up close and personal. Best seat in the house. Realer than a real deal Holyfield.
Oh, man, first time I saw him, I just said, bro, I said, you talent, man. I said, you talent. Man. And there again, you go through stuff. And one thing, guys like myself, guys like Jacob, guys like Zella, you got to get somebody to trust you, man. All you need is one person. Mm-hmm. All you need is one person to trust you. And the stars, man, the moon just light up and just wide open for you. Seriously, man. So Jacob's going to get his time to shine. He's going to get his time to shine. He's still young enough. And the guy is extraordinary. He's like the wind. You can feel it, but you can't touch it, but it's there. Oh, yeah. We got to take a break, man. We got to take another break. We're here inside the Hall of Fame, just chopping it up with my man, Brad Gilmore, and all the super chatters, y'all. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know we better keep it rolling, man. We better keep it rolling, man. I know we got a lot of super chats.
They're filing in, man.
Look, now, everybody want to step inside the Hall of Fame and get a piece of the action. I love it, man. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, let me go to the next one here. This is from Alex Cosentino. Alex says, how does a wrestler know when to say, this doesn't work for me, brother, and know when to go with the flow? How do you know when to be selfish?
Well, you be selfish. You be selfish all the time. It's a very, very selfish business. But on the other hand, you're always thinking about the guy that you're working with. For me, I've always been able to say, I'm not doing something if I'm not comfortable doing it. And the reason I say that, guys, is because you don't want to do anything that you have to practice. You don't want to do anything that you got to think about. If you can't wake up and do it out of your sleep, you don't even think about doing it. If you can't do it 10 times out of 10 times without even thinking about it, you shouldn't even be doing it. Because one thing about going out there and doing this is this wrestling thing. It is like being an actor, but we don't get a chance to say cut. We don't get a chance to say, hey, let's do that over again. You got one shot to go out there and do it right. The fans don't mind if you take your time and do it right, but they do mind when you go out there and mess it up. You messed up, but they don't say that.
They're not that kind.
Exactly. So no, you always got to be diligent about someone say, hey, let's try this. No, we ain't trying nothing. If I haven't done it before many, many times.
And it's not even only about safety, right? Sometimes it's just about like, would my character do this in this moment? Right? I mean, you said something one time though about like who was it? Somebody came to you and was like, I really need a win on TV this week. And you were kind of like, bro, I just got this title. Like, I can't really help you out.
I just won the #1 contendership. And I'm like, bro, I mean.
Who was it?
It was Marcus Bagwell.
Oh, okay.
He was coming. He just came back from his broken neck, and he needed a win. And he's like, bro, if I get a win over you, man, I'm back in the game. Well, I'm not in the game if you get a win over me. So it's little bitty thing as well as just certain moves that you're not comfortable with. Let's go out here and try this. And that's when something can really, really go bad, when you're just trying something in this business, because all the moves have been done. So now we're trying something that no one has ever done before, perhaps. And it could be something that could be the end of your career. So just don't jump into, one to, explore.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've said this story on the show too before, because I heard The Rock say it. Or no, I heard Bubba Ray tell the story about he and Devon, I think, were working The Rock and Mick Foley, and Bubba had this idea for a finish, and he lays the finish out. Rock's like, well, give it to me. What's the finish? And he lays the finish out, and The Rock goes, it's a great finish, Bubba, but it's not a great finish for The Rock.
No, seriously, man. That's true story, man. That's true story. So you just got to look at this like it's a business and not like it's a game. If you do that, you'll be okay.
Yeah, totally agree. Our next one here
Super chat
comes from Austin Mariscal, who says, hi, Booker. What do you honestly think of Mace joining Maximum Male Models? What are your thoughts, and were you a fan of his work? Obviously, talk about the great black otaku, Mason D. Madden, when they did the Maximum Male Models. That was, I think at first it was him, Mansoor, and L.A. Knight, right, as Max Dupree, before they inserted Maxine in there for a short period of time. But, yeah, what did you think of the Maximum Male Models?
Well, let me say this. First, right now, I'm working with Mason D. Madden again at Reality Wrestling. He's been back with Reality Wrestling here for the last couple of months, and I'm going to continue to work with him and try to get him to that level that I really think he can achieve. I really think he could achieve a level like so much higher than what you guys have seen. But me personally, I was not a big fan of Mace joining the Maximum Male Models. I wasn't a big fan of Mace, to be honest. And sometimes, when you come in the first time around, it can work out for you. It may not work out for you. That's happened with a lot of guys, especially like big guys, young guys. And I think they need to understand and see the experience sometime in order to really, get it in their head. Okay, I understand now. Almost like that light bulb moment. And I think this time around for Mason, it's going to be a whole lot different because this guy is 6'7" tall.
He's a big guy.
Monster, and he looks good.
Yeah.
At the same time. So I just think when you're just going along with the flow of what somebody else may want, you sometimes miss the boat. And when you miss the boat, sometimes the boat's gone. You left out there in the water. I say this because I want to give shout out to my man Bobby Lashley, and he did an interview, and it was an article, and it was asking a person that he looked up to in WWE, and he said it was Booker T, and he said Booker T, he kind of took me under his wing. He kind of took me under his wing, because when I first met Bobby Lashley, and I saw this specimen in front of me, I was like, God. Man, this guy's a Greek god, man. I was like, man. And he had a match, and he went out there, and the guy just beat him up, and he was just flopping all over the place. And I went to Bobby, and I said, "Nah, Bobby, we can't do this. We can't do this." And Bobby, he said something to me that wasn't to my liking. And I was like, man, I don't know if I ever want to talk to this guy again. And I didn't talk to Bobby for months. And then finally one day, Bobby came to me, and I stressed to him, you got to take the horns, the bull by the horns. You can't let the bull ride you, and I wanted him to understand that you got to go out there and carve your own path. You got to know how to, literally you got to understand what the psychology of this thing is. And then he started working with me at my wrestling school. And I was like, man, it was some great nights of training. And then him and I did a program together. And it was the best program for me at that time, man, working with someone like Bobby, who was so, energetic, and he would do everything that I asked him to do, and he beat the hell out of me in those matches, man. He suplexed me all over the place, and it was such a great time, So I think that's what it's about, really. At the end of the day, with this business, being real, taking it serious. It's a job.
It's a job, man, and you got to do it. And I'm excited for Mason D. Madden at Reality Wrestling and
be all right.
See what
it's going to be all right. He's a star. He's a TV star.
He's a television
That's what
star.
he is. He's a television star. He's not, Mason D. Madden anymore. He's Mason D. Madden, but he's a television star. That's what he is.
He is, man. Big ups
Be on the lookout for the television star.
Mason D. Madden, man.
Mason D. Madden.
Frankie E., could we see Jacob and Zilla Fatu tag team coming to Raw in the near future?
You know, that's a possibility. That really is a possibility. I mean, Jacob works with me at Reality Wrestling, but Jacob is booked, a little bit more. That dude's, he's a machine, man. Everybody want a little bit of Jacob Fatu. And Zilla is just now getting right back in the saddle, and we're going to be working on a lot of stuff, man. More importantly, bringing the Reality of Wrestling Nation some great, great content. That's what we're going to be trying to do more than anything. Zilla's going to be a big part of creating that great content, but we got so many guys, the Ruthless Ryan Davisons, the Promise Braxtons, the GG Rays, we got so many guys at Reality of Wrestling that is going to be making such a huge mark here in 2024. The Danny Limelights, the Eli Knights of the world. Guys, we got a roster that you guys could really be thrilled if you just come out there and check them out just one time. 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. The Walker, let me repeat that. The Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. 7 o'clock bell time.
Right.
March 9th.
Talk about it.
Last Stand Rumble. It's going to be going down. What? It's going to be going down in grand fashion. It's going to be a big, big thing. We got the Boogeyman coming in. What? We got Maven coming in. What? Clay Roberts, first man in. What? We got 27 more to go. What? Guys, get ready because they're going to be dropping regularly. Yeah. Throughout the rest of this week. Last Stand Rumble, y'all. Sucker! It's gonna be good. Hey man, we gotta take a break. We gotta take another break. Stick around. We like in church right there. That's like a black church too, right there. Stick around. Well, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section in row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, Book.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guarantee. Oh, yes. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I just want to get something there before we get back with the Super Chatters. We're talking about Last Stand Rumble. We're going to be going down March 9th. Reality of Wrestling. Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, 7 o'clock bell time. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. But a lot of people have been saying it. I've been seeing, like on Twitter and stuff, they want to see Matt Cardona at Reality of Wrestling one time. So I'm putting out attention out there. If Matt Cardona hear this, get in touch with me, man. If you're off March 9th, we would love for you to be a part of Reality of Wrestling's Last Stand Rumble. I know
so
you got a
the invite's out there.
I know you got a busy schedule, but trust me, you can cancel all them little small shows. Reality of wrestling. This is big, man. This is something really, really big. So if you're available, give me a shout. Get in touch with me on Twitter. Hit me in the DMs.
Let's go, man. I would love Matt Cardona. You know, that's somebody who I'm actually surprised like WWE hadn't tried to pick him up again. Yeah. Maybe they have. I don't know. And maybe he's just enjoying what he's doing because he's talent. And you know who else talent is? His better half, Chelsea Green. I saw her give an interview.
Oh yeah.
Did you? I don't know if you saw her interview with.
I didn't see the interview with Chelsea. She's awesome, man. Got a chance to work with her too.
Yeah, and Tough Enough as well. But she did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and where she was talking about, she was like, he asked her about coming back to the Royal Rumble a couple years ago when she made a return, and she got eliminated, I think, in 1 second or 2 seconds or something like that. And he was asking her about, people online were saying, how'd they do that to Chelsea Green? She came back, and then they just threw her right out. And she goes, well, what those people don't understand is it was a moment. It was a moment that y'all remember, and I'm paraphrasing, right?
Well, man, I talk about moments all the time, and people that don't understand wrestling, sometimes they think, it is the way they see it, but I don't. I've always thought about the moments in wrestling. I've always thought about going out there and making fans feel a certain way, and it's never been about my one-loss record in professional wrestling. Just let me say that.
Right. But you did win 35 championships.
I did win.
Not that anybody's counting, but I'm just saying.
I mean, don't forget about the Texas All-Pro Championship.
That's true.
Global Tag Team Championship.
Reality Wrestling Tag titles.
Yeah, come on. So that's 38.
We might as well round it up to 40. I mean, if we're gonna do it, might as well do it. 2-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
We need to also give a shout out because we are in the 8. Shout out to Andre Johnson making it in the NFL Hall of Fame, man.
Awesome, man. Most definitely, man. Hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. Just wish he would have been on a team that he could have got a ring.
Oh, man, he deserved it.
Yeah, he definitely deserved it.
Deserved it. You remember when he got into that dust up on the field? He took old boy's helmet off, and
he just should have got out of Houston a couple of years earlier, maybe three years, maybe.
Because he went to where? Did he go to Tennessee? I think he played for Tennessee for a couple years.
Yeah. If he'd have got out a little earlier, I think he would have had a chance of getting one. Yeah.
Can you imagine what Tom Brady would have done with a guy like Andre Johnson?
God. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, man. We got another super chat here. This comes from Jesus Easy or Jesus Easy. I don't know which one it is. Kurt said Bob Holly is the toughest he ever faced. Thoughts? I'm assuming it means Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, probably. You know what? That could be true. That could be true. Bob Holly, tough customer, man. You had to pay your dues with Bob Holly. Even an Olympic gold medalist is going to have to pay his dues with Bob Holly. Now, after that one match, I'm sure Kurt had the easiest matches he ever had in his life because Kurt probably dropped him on his head once or twice. And Bob was like, well, okay. But nah, man, Bob Holly he was OG, man. I always loved Bob Holly. I love Bob Holly. I'm going to tell you that right now. People can say what they want to say. But Bob Holly was one of those guys that when I walked, I had to walk past Bob Holly just like everybody else in the locker room when they came into WWF. And it was WWF then. And I tell you, man, I couldn't wait to get me a piece of some Bob Holly. I couldn't wait. I was looking to fight because I knew Bob Holly had a reputation. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and fight this guy. Me and Bob Holly, we was the best of friends, man. I swear, man, we was the best. But man, if I call Bob right now and said, I need you in the last stand rumble, if he's off, he'll be there.
He'll be there. Bob Holly's one of the greatest, man.
Yeah.
Bad little bear.
Okay.
Bad little bear. Wants to know. They say Marks don't have a clue. Hollywood Rock with the tribal chief / Paul Heyman will be NWO-esque. The person to beat Roman is Trick Williams or Braun Breaker.
Hey, man. That's a stretch, man. That's a stretch right there. But I tell you what, I do see bright lights for Trick Williams and Braun Breaker. And you ain't lying. What's going on with The Rock and those guys right now. It's over, bro. It's over. I mean, we can run with that and make some, great TV. I love the big switch with Rock saying, man, I'm going with the family. I'm going with the bloodline. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And I was just talking about that. There was an article last week, and I was talking about AEW, and even though it runs along these lines, storylines, man. Storylines, man. If we can get some great stories out of, some of this stuff we talking about, we talking about Zilla, and we talking about Jacob, man, can you imagine, adding a couple of more, and then, just everything that's going on, I think the more the merrier.
Yeah, man.
The more the merrier.
Speaking on that same subject, we got Cali Toenail. Are we going to see a Rock Roman hug fest Friday, or will The Rock get to business? And Seth now offering Cody help. This thing is all over the place now. I don't find it to be all over the place. Like, look, I know it's been a weird road probably to get there, but after I saw that trailer, in my mind, it's confirmed. Night one, we're getting Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. I'm just calling it now. I'm calling it now. That's what's going to happen. Night two, we're getting Roman versus Cody. That's what's happening.
All right.
I could be wrong. That's the great Booker T line. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
But that's what that trailer gave me. The trailer was giving me tag.
I'm going to let you answer that one. I'm going to let you go with that because you know me. You know me.
Yeah, I know you. You don't book the show.
I don't book the show.
You don't book the show. But the thing is,
my name is just Booker. I don't book the show though.
Look, this is WrestleMania 40. The last real singles match The Rock had was 11 years ago. 11. And do you remember what happened in that match with John Cena? He tore his abdomen completely like off the bone or something crazy like that. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, once you have that, you talk about it, Rock's in great physical shape. No one's going to doubt that. But
that's the 69 Chevy effect.
What's that?
The body is nice and clean. The rims look good. You know what I mean? But when you hit the gas too hard,
things might break.
The motor might just blow up.
So no one's down that The Rock's in great physical shape. But again, how many bumps on the bump card? And then time off between matches, 11 years is quite some time.
You want to ease back in, bro.
Put me in a tag, brother.
Oh yeah, put me in a 6-man.
Take care of me. One bump max. Give me the hot tag. I come in. Bing, tag out.
I need.
Butch Reed you.
Running traffic. No, you're right, bro. No, you're 100% right. That's seriously, bro.
Let's see. This next one comes from Kamal NZ, maybe. Can I have Tupac as entrance music if I was in WWE?
I guess you pay for it.
It might come out of that checkaroonie, brother.
You know what I mean? But you probably can get it every show until you want to stop paying.
If you were to come out to a Pac song, what song would you come out to?
Mama Raised a Hellraiser.
Well, that's a good one. I would do Ambitions as a Rider.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Anyway, our next one comes from Ash. Who is the most underused talent but is good? I guess he means currently?
Currently on the NXT roster or the WWE roster?
AEW, I don't know.
See, the thing is, guys, I'm just tuned in there. I'm tuned into NXT. I'm tuned into NXT. If you're asking me who's underused in NXT, I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to give him a shout out. Because they need to move him up. They need to give him a little bit more play.
Who's that?
I think he can do a hell of a job if you just give him, a little bit more play more than anything. He's a guy that I work with. I put in a lot of time with on a weekly basis when I'm in NXT. Him and we're always in the laboratory. Sometimes, we might have to pull the black mask off. We might have to go to our interrogation mode to get the right answers to the right questions. So, guys, this one guy, we got to move him up. And I'm trying to use this monologue because we're going into a break.
I thought you were just trying to remember his name.
No, he is big body Javier, but no. Big shout out, Javier. Just wanted to give you a shout out, let you know I'm thinking about you. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in in a minute. Trying to stay comfortable while you sleep. Well, I've got something exciting for you.
That's right, Book. We've recently discovered a game changer for a good night's sleep. It's called Miracle Made, and it has its new product, the silver-infused bed sheets inspired by NASA.
Yeah, these sheets are no ordinary sheets, guys. They've got self-cooling properties that keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, thanks to NASA-inspired technology.
And here's the kicker. They're self-cleaning too. Infused with silver, these sheets prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them fresh and clean 3 times longer than regular sheets. So that means no more gross odors. Plus, they're all about comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the crazy price tag of other luxury brands. Trust me, Book, they feel as nice, if not nicer, than the sheets used by some 5-star hotel.
And just in time for the holidays, guys, these Miracle Sheets make perfect gifts for your loved ones. And who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious bed sheets? And guess what, guys? You get 3 free towels with your purchase. But wait, there's more. These sheets are designed with your skin in mind. No more sleeping on bacteria that can clog your pores. You don't want that. Sleep clean with Miracle.
Yeah, so here's the deal, listeners. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And guess what? You will save over 40%.
Do it! And don't forget, guys, if you use the promo code at your checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and an extra 20% off.
And if that wasn't great, here's the best part. Miracle stands behind their product with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund from Miracle Made.
Hey guys, upgrade with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker and use the promo code Booker and claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Trymiracle.com/Booker. Treat yourself or a loved one this holiday season to a gift of better sleep. Don't wait. Try Miracle Made today. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Just kicking it, man. Just kicking it old school.
That's right, brother.
Old school, baby. Love it. What we got, man? What we got?
We got Gerald Troutman, who just, sent in some love. We appreciate you. We got Callie Toenail, who says, what y'all's take on these damn antlers and horns / whatever you call them Michael Cole is obsessed with? Should Valhalla just wear them at this point? I don't know what's up with Cole and the horns. Cole loves them.
Cole, that's a fetish. It's a Cole fetish. You know what I mean? He could be thinking anything, when he see those damn horns. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on with it, but it's cool. It's part of the act. It's what it's what these young guys are doing these days. So I go with it.
Well, I mean, I like the antlers. I like Valhalla. Because Valhalla, the character.
I can tell you what. She's embraced the role.
100%.
She's embraced the role 100%. And that's the thing with, of course, she was doing her thing before she left WWE. And then, boom, she come back and she's doing this character right here. It's easy to, say, man, I don't want to do that, but fall into it. See where it goes. See where you could take it. And then, I tell you, her bump card has definitely hadn't been punched a whole lot since she's been doing this character. So she could always, take off and do whatever she wants to do. I like it.
Yeah, man. I think that to me, Valhalla and even what the Viking Raiders do, it is a throwback gimmick in a lot of ways, or a throwback presentation, but there's still a place for that. You know what I mean?
Well,
go ahead.
If everybody on the card was like that, we have a conversation.
Right.
It's only one team on the roster like those guys.
Right. Bottom line.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. This comes from Samganda Chanko. Says, what brand should Braun choose? Future Heyman guy, potentially? Would you want Hobbs, Takeshita, or Wardlow in NXT? They need to be saved.
Man, I love Hobbs, man. Hobbs one of my guys. I talk to Hobbs on a regular. He's a guy that I talked to before he ever got into AEW. He used to be hanging out at the back door, trying to get in, trying to get a shot, trying to get looked at. And I always said, man, I want to get a shot. And finally got a shot in AEW, but I love to see him, I love to see him prosper. I love to see him come up. I don't want to say anything and people go,
tampering.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say that, but I do love everything about Will Hobbs, Takeshita, and all those other guys. I don't know a whole lot about them.
Well, I will, let me answer it for you because you don't want to get any tampering accusations of any kind.
Okay,
but I'll say Hobbs, Takeshita, Wardlow, get on down to NXT.
Don't say that, man.
I'm just playing.
They're still going to attribute that comment.
That Booker T did not say that. Now look,
you know that. You already know they're going to attribute
look. Someone like now Takeshita honestly fits in with what AEW does and fits in their audience. Do I think he'd do well in WWE? Sure, absolutely. Hobbs and Wardlow, they got WWE, man, written all over them. All over them.
Have you ever seen the Craigslist killer interrogation?
No, I haven't.
I don't know. That's what he kept saying. So that's what I'm telling you right now. I don't know.
Well, I do not recall. Baddest Son says Billy Kidman for Hall of Fame?
Billy Kidman for Hall of Fame. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I think there should be. I think that is interesting.
That's something that should be floated around. That's something that people should talk about.
I'd like to know what the chat thinks.
No, the thing is, should he get in on the first ballot? He might be one of those guys. He might want to stick around. He might be second, third ballot guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying.
You know what I would like? Now that regimes have changed or what have you, I would like for there to be a ballot for the Hall of Fame that is sent out to anybody on a Legends contract and anybody who's currently under contract with the WWE. You know what I mean? Because that's how they normally select like Hall of Fames with like media people, which I think is probably the dumbest idea ever because no one is more obnoxious than members of sports media.
Bias.
Or bias, you know what I mean? Like nobody worse than that. So I think you should let the players have it always. And I think it'd be cool if Triple H and the powers that be let the boys try.
That's a good idea. I'm not opposed to that.
Like if everyone got the thing in the email, hey, what do you think about Kidman? They can vote on it. Let the people have the power. But the people that know.
I don't think you want the boys to vote on that one. But yeah, I like the idea.
Messed up. That's messed up. Messed up, man. I'm still waiting on a couple other people involved before Billy.
Me and Kidman, we good friends, man. I love Kidman, man.
Well,
I was working a match one time with Kidman. I said, duck the clothesline and give me that big crossbody you give me. He gave me that big crossbody, and I just caught him in midair, and I moved him on my shoulder and gave him a big power slam, and he was so mad. He was so mad at me. He was cursing me the whole way down. Oh man, I love.
But you know what, Billy based. We got a lot of super chats, but I'll just say this: Billy based on the shooting star. I mean, that shooting star, that could be a Hall of Fame shooting star, man.
You don't want to put that in there because they're gonna have to go to the reason why he stopped doing the shooting star.
Okay. Well, you know what? Our next super chat here, I don't recall.
Do you remember that?
I don't recall.
He did the shooting star press, and he literally went straight up. He came straight down and right on the turnbuckle in the same spot, sitting there. It was the craziest thing. He went straight up and straight down. He didn't go out. I don't know. It was the craziest move. And every time after that, Kidman's confidence, I thought, was maybe a little shaken a little bit after doing that.
Well, I can understand. Yeah. JD says, no question, but much love, Book. Would love to see you have one last match in WWE. You still got it. Wishing you all the best.
I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it. You know what? I'm right on the road to recovery, and I'm feeling real good right now. I feel like I want to just take off running or something like that. But no, man, I do not foresee me getting back in the ring and having any more big matches or anything. I just don't want. I got so many young guys right now. I've scratched that itch. I've scratched it. Yeah.
Let's see. This is from Robert Cisneros. How fun was the grocery store fight? To film.
Again, man, it was a moment. It was a moment that lasts throughout the annals of time. So it was a history. It was history. And for me to be a part of it and to have entertained you guys doing it, I appreciate it. In this business, you got to always be able to laugh at yourself. You got to be able to always entertain yourself. And that night, I think Steve and I both, we entertained each other, and you guys got something out of it. So we appreciate you.
Arabian Night says, want to see Booker manage Oba. Bring out the accent.
Oba Femi, man, straight out the bush. Nah, man, I'm going to tell you right now, man, this dude is the real deal. Oba Femi is a monster, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to take a monster to stop him. That's the thing right now. We backed into a corner. What's going to happen and who's going to stop Oba Femi? Because right now, the guy, he passes that airport test. He checks off every box. You know, so for me, I'm going to be over these next few weeks and months to come. I will be waiting and anticipating everything that Oba Femi goes out and do. Yes.
Let's see our next one.
That's my Jamaican accent.
I like it. Our next one comes from Shlomo Shilliams. 5'6", 145 pounds, soaking wet. Brad is winning the Reality Rumble. Oh hell nah. 2002, you and Rock were hype. Can you speak on that feud? It's all about D5. First of all, Shlomo, I'm 6 foot tall, 177 pounds of romping, stomping, grave digging destruction. And I will open a can of whoop ass on you and anybody else in the Last Stand Rumble. But go ahead. You and the Rock.
I always see that poster, you know, this me getting ready to scissor kick the Rock and in that match. And it was awesome. It was awesome working with the Rock. I must say that. You know, coming in from WCW, I must say I was a little bit intimidated. I'm not going to say I wasn't, seriously, just because when you're coming in, you're working with the top guy in the company. Oh, man, it's a pressure situation. It really is a lot of pressure. And for me to have to go out and perform at my best, at my highest level, because I felt like I was auditioning at the same time. I really did. I felt like when I came into WWE, I was auditioning. Everything was a test. Everything from the beginning, from the first night coming in and dropping Steve Austin. So I was thinking about the work. I wasn't thinking about the history or anything, what it was going to, how it was going to be looked many years later or anything like that. I was just thinking about going out there and performing at my highest level. And I really, to this day, my memory is cloudy, so cloudy, as far as the time that I was working with The Rock, because I was really thinking about going out there and not messing up. I think that's just the honest truth answer that I can give you to the feud that Rock and I had, but he seemed to like it.
Yeah, he talks about that match a lot.
He seemed to really appreciated my work, so must have did well. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. The Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. What's up, everybody? It's your man, Booker T, along with my main man, Brad Gilmore. And we're back with another episode. And today, we want to talk to you about something that's incredibly important, especially during this time of the year.
That's right, Booker. You know, as we head into the end of the year, it's the time for reflection, joy, and sometimes for a lot of us, a lot of stress. The holidays can be overwhelming for many, and it's okay to admit that.
Look, this time of the year can be a lot to handle, and it's natural to feel some sadness or anxiety, but we've got something positive to share with you today.
That's right, Book. It's therapy. It's a bright spot amid all the stress and change, something you can look forward to, something that can make you feel grounded, something that equips you with the tools to manage everything that life throws at you.
And when it comes to therapy, we've got the solution for you, BetterHelp. It's convenient, flexible, and entirely online. You can match up with a licensed therapist who fits your schedule, and you can even switch therapists at any time at no extra cost.
The best part is it's so easy to get started. You just fill out a brief questionnaire just like I did. I went through the process myself. It helped match me with a licensed therapist who will help me and can help you on your journey to personal growth and well-being.
And here's the kicker, folks. You can get started today and receive 10% off your first month by visiting BetterHelp.com/Booker T. That's right, BetterHelp. That's HELP.com/Booker T.
You deserve to find your bright spot this season, and BetterHelp is here to help you do just that. Don't wait. Take that positive step towards a brighter future. Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp, professional, affordable, and convenient online counseling.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. I know we got a lot of super chats, man, so let's just get rolling.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep rolling. If y'all have any more, get them in. This is the last segment of the show. Okay, man? Come on now. Would you ever do a hair versus hair match? I'm assuming they're talking to you.
No, I'd never do a hair versus hair match.
I think that if you and I did a hair versus hair match,
if you lose, I don't mind doing it.
We could probably raise $100,000.
Yeah, right. That's what they asked me when that's why Edge and I had the shampoo match back in the day when I wrestled him at WrestleMania. Because they at first came and approached us and like, what about a hair versus hair match? And I was like, is Edge cutting his hair? Because I'm not cutting my hair. I don't, I don't subscribe to hair versus hair match unless I'm winning.
Debt-free dad says, off topic, but who was the most financially savvy wrestler in the locker room? Someone who gave you a good piece of financial advice or always squared away the new guys?
I wouldn't necessarily say he squared away the new guys or anything like that, but I think one of the guys that was up on game as far as, finances go would be Big Kev, Kevin Nash. He was always talking about paper, man. He always talking about contracts. He was always talking about numbers. That's what I learned from Kevin Nash. That's what I learned from Scott Hall. Kevin more so than Scott Hall, but Scott Hall was always the guy thinking about the numbers. Everything went through the numbers. I'm talking about the merch sales, everything. So my big homie, shout out to my big homie. Keep it rolling.
Well, real quick, what about JBL? I know he was very financially.
JBL, of course, he was more in depth as far as numbers go.
Just curious.
Yeah, seriously,
yeah. Travis Johnson says, for your show, Booker, when are you going to bring Shiva back? Would love to see her and Ryan Davidson together. I know Shiva had an injury for a little while. And
we're just waiting on Shiva to get back 100%. Shiva is an open door, to reality wrestling. She's definitely one of our diamonds in reality wrestling. And as soon as she's ready to go, you'll see her ASAP.
Yeah, as soon as she tells us, let's go, let's go. I love Shiva. Great person. Great individual. Yeah. This comes from Jeremiah Hemsley. Javier Starr, how do you feel about the Tatum story?
Tatum Paxley.
Uh-huh.
And, I like what Tatum. I like what Tatum is doing. It's entertainment. It's part of the show. It's part of it, and I always say, when you get too far away from the entertainment side of wrestling and just think it's one-sided all the time, you really can't really expand your character at all. You're stuck in that bubble, and that's the beauty of WWE. You're going to find yourself having a lot of times to do some character stuff, which that's what's going on right there. But I tell you this: when you watch Tatum Paxley in the ring, she goes out there and she can perform. She can really perform. She's really, really good. She's going to get her shot, and I think sometimes you got to go through these growing stages in your career until you get that shot. So, I love what Tatum Paxley is doing right now.
Yeah, Tatum's awesome. Tatum's awesome, man. Everything on NXT, I just like how they shoot the show. It's very kinetic. Let's see. This is from Big Breezo. How strong was Mark Henry?
I don't know, man. I don't know how
strong. That's what you're supposed to say.
I'm not going to say that. Now, I don't know how strong Mark Henry was, but he used to carry this big, I don't know, Hercules ball or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like this huge dumbbell. And nobody could pick it up. Nobody could pick it up but Mark. And I tried to pick it up one time. And it was the first time, and the only time I ever tried to pick this thing up. And I got a really, really strong grip. So I gripped it very, very well. And I tried to pick it up. I didn't try to do it too fast. I did it, slowly, but it felt like it almost disconnected my hand from my wrist. That's how hard this thing was. No, seriously, no doubt.
Mark Henry shook my hand one time, and it hurt for like 3 or 4 days.
Mark Henry, real deal.
He's a real deal. And a good dude. Real good dude. Kamal NZ says, thoughts on Jim Cornette? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? I think we said Jim Cornette should be in the Hall. I think he's earned this spot.
I think so. Jim Cornette was legendary, man. People look at Jim Cornette now, and just because of social media, and now he does a different job than he did back in the day. But Jim Cornette is legendary.
Go watch his promos. Just go watch some of the old Jim promos, or watch the matches, man.
Unbelievable. Seriously.
Oh God, man. You ever see him in the scaffold match?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh man, come on, man. What are we talking about? Of course he's a Hall of Famer. King Reezy says, not sure if y'all talked about it yet. How do you feel about Scott D'Amore news, and how do you think Anthem should handle it? I think we talked about this on the last show. Scott D'Amore, that sucks.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people upset about Scott D'Amore's departure. I was looking at the thing what Moose said. If Scott D'Amore's not here, he's not here. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you better stop thinking about that, bro. All right, Moose, you better stop thinking like that. The hell are you thinking? There's going to be a lot of guys coming. See, that's why you can't become friends with the boss. That's why you can't become. It's not a friend type business, because that kind of stuff. And I know he may have some loyalty to Scott D'Amore, but bro, come on now, come on. I'm just saying, keep it rolling.
Our next one is, and I think we only got a couple more. This comes from Instagram, a wrestling historian. Did you try to get Stevie Ray to join TNA?
No, I didn't.
No.
My brother was far removed from the wrestling business by that time. I don't think TNA was anything on his radar or anything like that. And plus, myself, I didn't plan on sticking around TNA very, very long myself.
That would have been interesting. But yeah, your brother, he wasn't doing anything in wrestling at the time, was he? So that was 2007, 8, 9?
Yeah, 9. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think he was doing anything in wrestling at that time.
Yeah. That would have been interesting. Let's see. Now, let me ask you, were you in TNA when they brought Macho Man in? Or no, that was before you, right?
No, I wasn't there. No,
I was just curious if you were there. Mikey Boy 007, do you think Trick Mello is Mania bound?
This year, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Next year, I could definitely see something like that.
Trick and Mello is definitely Stand and Deliver bound.
Oh yeah.
That's happening.
But definitely, not Mania, not just yet.
This is Repause Order that says an old clip of you on the Howard Stern show. You mentioned you were going to retire at 30. Why were you feeling done with wrestling so soon?
No, I said I start thinking about retiring at 30. Just because I didn't want to be a broken down wrestler. I didn't want to be able to, I didn't want to be one of those guys that, couldn't walk, play with my kids or anything like that. I saw how this business was really, really tough on the body, and at 30, I start devising strategies on how to go out and perform at a certain level, still make people entertained, but not kill myself at the same time. So yeah, I started thinking about retirement at 30 years old, and my number was 40. I wanted to get out at 40, and I got to 40, and I said, man, I'm still better than all these suckers, man. I can still go. So I went like 4 to 5 more years, and I pretty much hung the boots up from that point. But now it's a tough business. It really is tough on the body.
We have one more super chat, but a couple of our channel members have chimed in. Just Kaitona said, man. Mike Edwards said, like Mussolini, which I love when Cornette does. It's funny. John JID said, Cornette is the GOAT. He can out-talk anybody. I agree with that.
You don't want to get into it with him.
Oh, no. You don't want to go to War of Wars with Cornette. that wouldn't work out well. And our last super chat of the day comes from Cameron Lamuel. I'm not trying to say your last name. I really apologize, brother. Who is someone that we should be on the lookout?
Someone
that we should be on the lookout. Yeah, maybe look out for.
I tell you, and I'm not just saying this because they're reality wrestling talent. I'm saying it because they've been working their butts off, man. They'll be back from Japan here real soon. Gigi Ray and Promise Braxton, 2 of my girls at Reality Wrestling. You better be on the lookout for them. They actually was a part of this tournament where it was talent from all over the world. Yeah, and the contest winners got a chance to go to Japan. And my 2 girls that was in this contest won the contest to go to Japan. Just go to show you the hard work that they're putting in, the time, you know, and where they came from to where they are now. To be able to take that trip to the land of the rising sun, man, just like I did back in 1991. Man, it don't get no better than that. You better be on the lookout for those 2 because they are something special. And when I say special, I say special. Oh, yes, man. So, that's my pick right there. If that's our last super chat,
that's it.
We got to get up out of here, man. We got to get up. I want to thank everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar, trees, Brad, for all the heavy lifted, man. I appreciate you, dog. But right now, like always, peace. We love you. We out.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership.
This is one of the all-time best pieces of advice ever given on the show.
Actor Rainn Wilson.
The number one thing that psychologists point to with young people of why they are struggling so much in this mental health epidemic is they don't have resilience. So how do you build resilience if you don't understand suffering itself?
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hi there. Sorry for the interruption, but are you enjoying this show on Google Podcasts? You should know that the Google Podcasts app is going away this spring. That's right, going away, gone as in no longer available. You can still enjoy this show elsewhere though. Try out Spotify or Amazon Music, or maybe TuneIn is more your style. Whatever app you switch to, be sure to follow so you never miss the next episode. And thanks for listening, wherever you listen.